It is Tuesday, News Day, and we're going to talk about the Mirrors of Madness, or the Mirror of Madness, the two brand new, game modes coming to Total War Warhammer 3 with the 3.0 patch April 13th. In this video, I'm just pretty much going to break down this FAQ, this blog that was given to me ahead of time by CA, to just kind of give you an idea of what's coming. All these modes are pretty much just some modes to have a little bit of fun in the with the game. It's nothing crazy. It's not going to add a ton of features or anything like that. So if that's all the news you wanted from this blog post, there's nothing crazy or new that's coming that you're going to be like, oh, damn, this just revolutionized the game for me or anything like that. Just going to be totally upfront about that. You can go ahead and close the video down. If you've not yet pre-ordered the Chaos Dwarf DLC, you can use my link to the CA affiliate website. That does help me out a ton because it goes to supporting the channel as well as getting you a key for the Chaos Dwarf DLC. That link will be active way after the DLC comes out. So if you need to wait and see how the actual reviews of the DLC are going and whatnot, please feel free to do so. And lastly, don't forget to check me out on Twitch, where I will be streaming the Forge of the Chaos Dwarf DLC as well as the campaign come just this Wednesday here on April 5th. So let's dive on in here to the Mirror of Madness FAQ for Total War Warhammer 3. And like I said, nothing crazy here. I'm just going to go through this and kind of see what's coming for us. So how do I access the Mirror of Madness? It is just simply done on the home screen. It comes as a free update with 3.0. So you have two modes, the Trials of Fate and the Infinite Portal. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. I'm going to center that a little bit more too. I'll do one more. We'll go one more here. So, what are the Trials of Fate? The Trials of Fate are a series of intense survival challenges where players assume the role of a newly ascended Demon Prince of Tzeentch. Reaching back through time itself, you will fight for survival in 4 infamous battles from the past, before breaking through into the realm of Tzeentch and taking the fight to Kairos Fate Reaver in an intense final showdown. So basically, it's a survival mode where you'll be dealing with endless waves, very similar to when you're playing the actual Demon Prince campaign, right? When you're playing with Daniel, and you have to do those individual survival mode battles as you kind of go through each one of the realms of chaos. Also, though, you get some unique spells and abilities that could just tip the balance in their favor. And the goal is to defend a capture point called the Shard. And sharded in my pants. Doing so grants access to forbidden knowledge, which in turn can be used to upgrade the aforementioned spells and abilities. Take advantage of cataclysmic powers and mighty vortexes to send your enemies ragdolling across the realms in crazy physics-based chaos. The damage dealt and kills secured contribute towards your score. Now, here's the coolest part about the Trials of Fate and why you're probably going to do it. Do well enough and you'll unlock unique Tzeentch-themed Demon Prince parts for your Demon Prince that, as well as looking dead swanky, can be used in both the Realm of Chaos and Immortal Empires campaign. Daniel has never looked better. So the Trials of Fate is pretty much just, like I said, just going to be that survival challenge mode map style thing where you go through, I think it sounds like there's 5 total one. Yeah, 4 infamous battles with the final showdown, so that's 5 total battles. Each one giving you a different body part of Tzeentch. So what's probably like chest, legs, head, arms. Chest, legs, head, arms. Maybe weapon too. So that's probably 5. We'll just kind of have to see how those kind of play out, what they look like and stuff like that for the Trials of Fate as we get closer to the 13th. And any kind of embargo releasing where I can actually show off what those things look like and what their kind of abilities are. But those are the Trials of Fate here and what they'll be offering you in your campaign. The other mode is the Infinite Portal. Now, we know this mode quite well as a different name from Warhammer 2, the lab or whatever it was called, the test lab, the Scryer lab, the experimentation lab, the Labrador Retriever. So the Infinite Portal grants access to reality-bending features and settings, letting you tweak many aspects of battle as you please, including unit size, damage, impact force, leadership, winds of magic explosions, vigor, cost reduction, reload time, ammunition. Is that from like GTA 3? Man, that's old. Projectile penetration, gravity, ability radius, ability recharge, charge duration, entity scale, and blood quantity. So some of these are going to be pretty fun, right? Like gravity decreases the effect of gravity on units who are knocked into the air. Explosions increases the size of explosions and vortex spells, improving their radius and detonation speed. I think that the coolest thing for that is probably to do like even just a normal battle, but chalk up explosions like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50%. Play with the Chaos Dwarves, use that Dreadquake Mortar or use the Flames of Asgore, whatever the big explosion one is. That could actually be pretty sick. I have to take a look at that. I mean, I generally don't really like these modes because I don't know what to do with them. There's too many tools at my disposal where I go, well, okay, I'll try like 2 or 3 things, and I'm just kind of like, okay, we'll open and shut case, Johnson. Like that was a fun little mode to try out once and never ever again. But that could be a cool way to kind of, from a content creation standpoint for myself, you know, like that could be a cool way to do something. But I think that after you kind of jam things up a couple times, you'll probably never tap into this. I don't know. I never really used the lab in Warhammer 2, so I'd love to know how you guys feel about this coming into Warhammer 3. Is this a feature you're like, oh yeah, I'll definitely just bounce around in it a couple times, or is it like, just finally it's here? Like, love to know how you guys feel about it. The big questions here, though, you know, do you need to purchase the Forge of the Chaos DLC? You do not. It's just a free one that comes with the game, the base game. Period. Also, do you need an Intel 13th gen processor to play Mirrors of Madness? You do not, but it is worth noting that chalking up or cranking up some of these features is going to be a little bit more taxing on your CPU, GPU, whatever ones you probably do. Knowing Total War will probably be CPU related because that's how this game actually is. So you can see that this here is just pretty much going to be geared around towards making things a lot more fun and entertaining for you as you blow stuff up to the most gratuitous of detonation sizes and speeds and whatnot. So that is all of the news here. Up next, though, we have this little ditty here. Full breakdown of this latest addition to Warhammer 3. Check out the Mirror Madness showcase on the channel. So I believe that's a showcase that's probably going to go on live when this blog comes up. But don't forget, Forge the Chaos Dwarfs, Mirror Madness, and Update 3.0 all around at the same time. So here's the biggest portion of this. At the very end here, it says, we'll be back next week, should we survive, with the absolute gargantuan monster of an article that is the Update 3.0 patch notes. Hell yeah, baby. Seriously, there's so much. It's so big. So many words. More like Update 3.0. Okay, I'm just not even going to bother with that, man. Why would you do something like that? But Update 3.0 is coming. And with it, hopefully a ton of additions and changes to the game. As I've said before, I am currently under a campaign embargo, and I cannot talk about things that are with 3.0, with the campaign, any of that stuff. And just being totally transparent too, I haven't even tapped into it. You know, like it's a brand new DLC, so I've been trying to look at the DLC the most. So I'm excited for the notes because we actually don't usually get notes on our end. Like we would just get that. We would just get that blog post preceded to us more than likely, right? Like they would say, hey, here's some early access, here's a day ahead of time, whatever they end up doing, or if they do it. And then we can see really what all the changes are. So I'm actually really excited for that so that I can then jump into what those changes look like and talk about them and experiment with them and show them off. So go ahead and let me know in the comment section below too, what are some changes you would like to see in those 3.0 patch notes? I, for one, would love to see a revamp to the Dark Elf slave system that gets really bad in the mid to late game. I'd love to see an overhaul to the geomantic web. I'd love to see Intrigue and Court actually have some sort of purpose in your campaign. There's a lot of things. And I think also with 3.0, especially having played Boris Ursus on Legendary, I think he just definitely needs a bit of a retooling in either some sort of passive bonus towards him or whatever it is, because he has a slog of a campaign. So I think that a lot of the lores, especially now that the Darklands has been filled with the Chaos Dwarfs and NPC Chaos Dwarf factions, I really want to know how that's going to kind of shape up some of these other characters that kind of have felt wayward, right? I think maybe Nakai and or Lokir might get relocated, or who knows, you know, maybe something with like I'm thinking about where Zatan the Black is now, and the future DLC possibly for Cathay, right? We know there's some sort of DLC coming for Cathay. We know there's a DLC coming for all the base factions because their rosters aren't complete. So if Cathay got a DLC that added the Monkey King and the Fire Dragon of the South, who supposedly has an antagonistic relationship with the two, does that displace Nakai? So I'm wondering if this 3.0 will have a big shift in some of these legendary lords that aren't necessarily in locations that they need to be in, right? Like Lokir could be pretty much anywhere as long as there's a coastline for him. So again, guys, really excited to see what those 3.0 updates looks like. Be on the lookout on a Wednesday for a stream of the campaign. We'll be playing Zatan the Black on my Twitch. You can go ahead and find the link to that in the description and the pinned comment. But as always, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.